This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
What's going on, everybody? Crispy Bacon here, and welcome to Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am here with Christy Wilson. How you doing this evening?
Doing good. Got a lot of wrestling to talk about, that's for sure.
We do. I guess we can start with what happened tonight with, I wouldn't say TNA, but there was TNA people on there, and WWE and NXT, and
a lot of
some AEW.
Bloodsport.
Yep.
This event, Josh Barnett puts together a lot, and it gets it attracts the attention of a lot of wrestlers who want to get involved in this sort of thing.
So for those that haven't seen it, I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
What would you say it is like? Because I saw there's no ropes.
Nope, there's not.
So
it's a little brutal.
It's kind of like underground.
Kind of like that, yeah. You know, NXT has had the NXT Underground. This is kind of similar to it, but it's a little bit more, I guess, hardcore is the best word I could use to describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a little old school meets new school.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I think it is.
Which I think it's cool because at least in this one, NXT, WWE, they're involved with it.
Yeah, now they are. Before, it used to be AEW, TNA, New Japan, and indie wrestlers who would get the opportunity to compete in this event put together by Josh Barnett. Side note, he was also Shayna Baszler's wrestling trainer.
Okay, I can kind of see where that kind of ties in for her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because she was on it. She kicked things off. It's time to dance, kind of. I saw a clip of it.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad. It gives everybody exposure.
Yeah, it does.
Speaking of,
gives them a taste outside of the WWE bubble.
And especially if you're one of the few people like Omos, Bobby Lashley,
yes,
Tamina, and MVP, who was there.
He was there.
And
he confronted Josh Barnett. And I think we could get a match between these two at some point in the future, whenever the next Bloodsport event is going to be.
And I think MVP put on his social media account that a picture of his boot saying they're ready to go.
Yes.
He's ready to
He's
come
ready
back.
to go. He's so ready to go.
But let's talk about the others that were released. You have Tamina, you have Bobby Lashley.
Yep.
I'm not really going to count Omos because it didn't really go too well.
Nope, it didn't.
But the other ones are kind of surprising. I guess not really Tamina.
No, I mean, except for her teaming with Natalya and winning the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, they really have not utilized her in any way.
No.
Which is, honestly, she's either been teaming up with the Usos or AJ Lee's bodyguard. I don't know.
Yeah. And there's been talks of AJ Lee wanting to come back.
Yeah, but according to CM Punk, she and her writing partner are gearing up to release a comic book series. So if that takes off, then yes.
Was she at Comic-Con this week?
I didn't see any pictures. I was too busy gawking at the fact that or being stunned over the fact Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom in the Avengers Doomsday movie. I'm like, what?
I did see that.
He's
But I know
Iron Man, not Doctor. Where's Callan when we need him? You know?
I know, right?
He's a Marvel fanatic.
He's supposed to be
who
back
helped
this
us
week,
out.
so we'll ask him.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And but I think CM Punk was at Comic-Con.
I think
week.
I think
I
he
know
was.
some WWE stars were there.
They were there. I know AEW had some of their stars there, and one of the All-In matches got set up because one of the two women involved in the match came out and attacked the other. Ironically.
No, like setting up matches
I have to be
at
careful
public
with
events.
this.
Okay.
Yeah. She showed up.
Oh.
Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
Yeah, she showed up. She attacked Britt Baker, who was part of AEW's panel at Comic-Con. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Technically not released, his contract's running out.
Yeah, it's going to expire.
Same thing with MVP.
Well, I think he said his contract was going to expire August 15th when he was at Bloodsport, going face to face with Josh Barnett.
He's not really released.
No, they're just going to let their contracts expire and they're going to move on. I mean, yeah, Mercedes Moné is going to go up against Britt Baker at All In at Wembley next month. So the TNA Championship, and we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, when Britt Baker returned and that
then
feud started.
And then we add Camille, longest reigning National Wrestling Alliance Women's Champion, in there in AEW, and now there's people talking, well, what if Britt Baker's buddy Jamie Hayter comes back? You know, it could happen, it could not happen. We don't know.
For a minute, I thought, she looked like Becky Lynch for a minute.
No.
And then I looked on her Twitter or X, and she still has the WWE Becky Lynch. So maybe she has a contract and they're keeping it under wraps. I don't know.
I don't know. Becky? Yeah, I don't know.
She probably just write me out, say I don't know where I'm going. I need time to rest.
Yep. I mean, she has not been moved to the alumni section yet on WWE.com.
And I kind of think if Becky left, Seth would leave, or vice versa.
Or because they'd rather, if they're going to work for any other company, whether it's AEW, Ring of Honor, TNA, they'd rather go together than be separated. I mean, you have other couples who one works for one company, one works for the other. Zelina Vega and Malachi Black, and then you have Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews work for different companies. I mean,
and you mentioned Ring of Honor; they have a GM now. And
Tony Khan,
the Big Show.
Paul White, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was on commentary last night for AEW Battle of the Belts, where Ring of Honor finally got their 6-man tag team champions in the Natural, Dustin Rhodes and Marshall and Ross Von Erich.
The weird thing is when Big Show first started in WWE, they did announce him as, Big Show Paul White. So, yeah. They used both. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, but then they just started calling him Big Show, and that just ended up sticking until he walked away.
Yeah. I think there's talks of Mark Henry wanting to come back.
I've heard that, his AEW contract expired, I think, like a couple or so months ago. He might come back, he might not. I don't know what he's going to do.
He could be like a coach. He could be.
I mean, how's he going to fit that in there with him doing Busted Open Radio?
What's up, Dragon Viper?
Hey,
I'm here.
Hey.
I didn't even realize what time it was, and then I looked at my notifications and saw you guys were on. I'm like, what? I look at the time, and I'm like, oh, no. So I was like, I need to get on.
Yeah, so Bobby Lashley's contract and the VP's contract were just running out.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't actually get released then?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
But he is going to be leaving.
Mm-hmm. He will be.
Which is kind of disappointing because they had the Pride,
The Hurt
faction,
business.
Hurt, But
And
I
they
guess
started it with, and then they started the Pride with the Street Profits and EFAB, formerly of Hit Row.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that.
I don't know either.
I mean, is he not with? I haven't been paying much attention lately. Has he not been with Street Profits lately?
I haven't
Not
seen
lately.
him. No.
Oh.
Yeah. So this gets in more and more interesting as we go along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he did show up at a Bloodsport GCW's event.
Yeah, he confronted Josh Barnett, who puts this event together. And this time around, he had some WWE people in there, like his former protege, Shayna Baszler.
And you had one of the Creed brothers in there.
Yep.
And I'm sure others. I didn't get a full look, but
No, I didn't either. I was mostly preoccupied with Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view, trying to follow that on Twitter/X Friday night.
But one of the big events coming Saturday. SummerSlam.
SummerSlam this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cleveland.
Big card. Biggest cards, other than WrestleMania.
Of course.
We have 7 matches.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, all of them are championship matches.
Yep. I think it's all the belts are on the line so far.
Well, except for 2. That'll be this Monday and Friday.
Okay.
Or no, just Friday.
Okay.
But we're going to go through them all and give our predictions. And this is the order I'm looking off of. This is not confirmed. Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Gunther.
Who do you guys got? Christy?
Gunther.
Gunther.
He won King of the Ring for a reason, and that was to face off whoever the champion was. So he's facing Damian Priest.
Dragon Viper?
No. I think it's too soon. I know it was too soon for him to get the Intercontinental title, and I think it's too soon for him to get the world title. So I'm going to go with my boy Damian.
I'm going Gunther. I mean,
of course.
Look at what Brock Lesnar did.
Right.
You won King of the Ring. He had the same
opportunity.
I know.
You had to remind me.
He cashed in, basically.
Very much.
So
it makes sense.
It does. But I don't know. It's WWE. Anything can happen.
True. I mean, heck, they could have Damian retain for all we know.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
Kind of like this could be one of two chances for Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm. You can either have her cash in at SummerSlam or have her wait till Bad Blood or Survivor Series or, God forbid, the Royal Rumble if she does not enter the Royal Rumble match.
Or random SmackDown, Raw,
or
NXT. Who knows?
That too. I think she's going to stick with SmackDown, though.
Yeah.
She's eyeing that championship, and I don't think she'll care who has it, whether it's Bayley or Nia Jax.
And that leads us to match number 2, Bayley versus Nia Jax. Dragon Viper, I think I know where this is going.
I think everybody knows where this is going. Nia's going to be Bayley. I mean, how could she not? Nia's bigger, stronger. She deserves at least one more title win. So I'm going for Nia, definitely.
Okay, for how long?
For how long would she be champion?
Yeah.
3 minutes.
No. No.
Yeah.
I want to save
time.
Oh no, we don't need that. I'm gonna say my guess is, and Ace might think I'm insane. I'm gonna say at least 6 months.
That's a long time. That's in the next year.
Yes.
I don't care. She deserves that belt, and guess what? She's gonna get it this Saturday.
Can we put Sarah's comment on here? What is it?
Sure. With,
yes,
yeah.
the second one. Yes, that one. Nia Jackson and the Dragon Viper's kitten.
Yeah. And I have a kid named Randy Orton too, but we're not talking about that. So.
And all my cats have normal names, so I'll just leave it at
that. Christy, who's your pick for this matchup?
I'm gonna go Bailey. Bailey, but I think Tiffany Stratton's gonna cash in on her.
I think
it's Tiffy time.
I think Tiffany Stratton's gonna cash in on Nia. Nia's
no.
gonna win.
I think. Well, that's
you all want that to happen, though.
Yep. Kind of, but she kind of teased it on a SmackDown.
She did.
And they like to foreshadow things.
Right, they do.
So that's why I'm thinking it could happen.
Right.
But then I believe whoever wins it, maybe Charlotte comes back.
Depends if she's fully healed from that knee injury. I don't think she is. I think based on some videos I've seen she's posted on Twitter and Instagram, she's still rehabbing.
Good. She needs to stay out for a while.
Yeah.
Well, based on what CM Punk's doing, you technically can bring him.
But he is technically medically cleared.
You mean we see CM Punk be injured most of the time he's back, but yet they've used him to build a feud. Mm-hmm. They could do that with Charlotte.
Maybe.
They're learning that you don't have to be injured to be out.
Mm-hmm.
Or, So, I'm going to say Nia, but she gets cashed in on Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nia all the way.
Yeah.
See, even my mother agrees. So,
but it's time.
No, it's not.
She needs the her briefcase. Her briefcase is broke at the moment.
Yeah, it's being held together by duct tape.
And I think she's gonna get the pink one.
Yeah,
that she's been requesting.
Yeah, it looks like it came. It looks like it's right out of Barbie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next matchup, we have Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Christy, who's your pick?
Well, Rhea never lost this title. She had to vacate it due to injury, and Liv Morgan has been meddling in Judgment Day business and trying to seduce Dominic Mysterio. So I think Rhea gets it back. Rhea becomes champion again, even if Dominic betrays her. Because the next thing I can see happening is Dominic getting super kicked by main event Jey Uso, who also has an interest in Mommy.
Yeah, we'll get to that and what Rikishi said.
Yeet.
Nah.
Dragon Viper.
I'm going with Rhea. I mean, Chrissy's right. She didn't even lose the title to begin with. Nope. And then now it's, so she should get it back and continue her run like she should have. So,
yeah.
And, Dominic just needs to go away. He's an idiot. And,
kicked by Jey Uso.
And, super kicked out of the company.
Right.
And if Talon was here, I bet he'd be bragging right now
about Dominic. He might be working, you never know.
So
it'd be like the whole Joe Hendry thing. Say his name and he appears.
I'm gonna say Rhea is gonna win it back and then continue her title run.
I'm gonna say Rhea too, but it would be funny.
Yeah.
If in this match they don't go, Dominic, you become special guest referee.
Oh man. Why don't we just do it how we did it back in the early 2000s when he was a little kid?
And a match for custody of Dominic.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I don't know if they can do that these days. But
Dominic's heart. Oh boy.
I don't know if they could do that these days. That's why I
No,
thought
because
special guest referee.
that's why Dominic is because Dominic is a grown man now.
So that's why I figured special guest referee.
Right.
Because
Well, we already have
because
one
then-
match that involves a special guest referee, but we'll get to it later.
yeah, and because of that, you would have to pick a side.
You would have to pick a side. Do you want blonde gal who said wearing Daisy Dukes, or do you want Mamacita?
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
Who knows?
I know. It's intriguing.
Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa
Too easy.
for the undisputed WWE Championship.
I think this is unanimous. I'm just saying that right now.
All right, Dragon Viper.
Wow.
I'm going for Cody. Cody all the way. Solo isn't. I can't stand Solo. It's Cody.
Cody.
Christy?
Cody.
My heart says Cody, but my mind, looking at this matchup and how the bloodline's going and setting up this feud, I'm going to say it's going to be Solo.
Mm.
I want it to be Cody, but
it's probably going to be Cody, but then Roman's going to come back and he's going to tell Solo, you screwed up. I left you with very explicit instructions. Don't touch Paul Heyman and don't go after Cody. And what did Solo do? He and this bloodline off of Wish.com put Paul Heyman through the announce table.
bloodline from Wish.com.
Wish.com. That's what it looks like. Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu. I've heard Hikaleo's coming, and I'm like, no, just for God's sake, stop.
I heard he's already signed. But...
Yeah, I've heard that too, and I'm like, no, keep him away. Put that dude in NXT. I don't care.
It just depends.
Right. I mean,
but they're trying to get this bloodline's trying to get all the gold back.
Mm-hmm.
They're set up for a tag team match on Friday.
Yeah, I just don't think Solo is going to succeed against Cody. And if Roman does show up, that could cost Solo the match. If Roman shows up and just stares at him like, just looking at him like he wants to rip his face off.
Yeah. I mean, that could happen. But
I hope Roman doesn't show up.
Oh, he's going. It's already been kind of revealed.
Yeah, I think
by the bloodline.
Right.
It's not confirmed by WWE, but
no,
you can kind of read into it.
You can kind of read in between the lines. He's coming back, and he's probably gonna tell Solo, "You're dead. You're dead."
The next matchup, I think if this was old WWE, we know that who would come out the winner.
Right.
But this is newer version.
Yeah.
Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
Christy, who do you got?
What? it's LA Knight. Yeah.
Dragon Viper?
Oh, I'm going, it's the lesser two evils at this point. I don't like either one. And, if Big B was here, of course, he'd brag about that. But I'm going with the lesser two evils, and I'm going to say LA Knight. Logan Paul doesn't need that belt. Never should have gotten that belt. He needs to lose it. So I'm going with LA Knight.
And you got to think about it. Since he's been United States champion, Logan Paul has had barely any title defenses. I think I read somewhere he's at since he's had it for over 200 days, he's only had 7 title defenses of that. And that's a joke, in my opinion. If you're a United States champion, you try and defend that title every opportunity you get, and as frequently as possible.
Yeah, and he basically surpassed Austin Theory.
He did.
Yeah, which is kind of weird in that.
Right. Because Austin Theory, I think, defended that championship a little bit more frequently than Logan Paul did.
That's fine. I'm going LA Knight, but being that it's in Cleveland, and Triple H has been liking the hometown, wrestlers to win in their hometown.
Yeah, I mean,
area.
If this was Vince, Vince would make sure no wrestler wins in their hometown.
And that's what I was saying. If this was old WWE, I think we know who would come out the winner.
Exactly.
But
yeah, Triple H is running things now.
Yeah, and both of them, I can see winning this.
Mm-hmm.
I want LA Knight because I think he deserves it, and
He does.
had so many chances.
He has Money in the Bank, all that other stuff.
If they want to move him up, he has to win this.
Mm-hmm. He does.
But you're supposed to have some kind of celebration for Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Mr. Cleveland.
Oh dear God.
Who would that be? I don't know.
Oh, hold on a second, guys.
I was about to say, I think I know one person from Cleveland, but he works for another company where he's that company's world champion.
You know, it'd be funny. You know, it could be.
Who?
The Miz.
Could be. I was thinking Dolph Ziggler, but he's in TNA where he's the TNA world champion.
But that would make sense.
Right? Miz too. I mean, Miz is used to brag, oh, I'm a double Grand Slam champion. I'm like, who cares?
If it was Nick Nemeth,
yeah,
Dolph Ziggler, that would make sense with the partnership.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Or it could be Shane McMahon.
Could be what?
It could be Shane McMahon.
Oh no!
Throwing a big party for Logan Paul, or it could be his brother. Who knows?
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to get his butt kicked by Mike Tyson for another 3 or so months. I think it's November. Their fight is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to bring Shane McMahon.
No, I don't.
No, I was kidding on that because.
Oh, okay. I was going to say no way.
He's joking.
But being that's WWE, who knows?
Yeah.
It could be. But next up, you got Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, which lately they have been having great matches.
Yep.
This is for the Intercontinental Championship. We'll go Randy, Dragon Viper. Who you got?
I've got Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's the man, and Sami Zayn has been annoying since day one. So I'm going full board. Braun Breaker. He's got this. He should have had it last time. He's got it this week or this weekend, whatever. But yeah, Braun Breaker.
Is that Steiner math?
Yeah. Okay.
That's Steiner math.
It's Steiner math. No. But I mean, he's a bigger, stronger guy that deserves the belt. So.
Right.
I did see Scott Steiner's action figure on clearance the other day.
Where at?
Deserves it there.
Walmart.
Walmart.
It deserves it there.
My heart's saying Sami Zayn. I'm not ready to see him lose that belt after he ended Gunther's long title reign at WrestleMania. But my head's going Braun Breaker. As Braun Breaker's made his point very clear by spearing Sami, I think maybe like a couple of times after Sami has won matches, including a tag team match he had recently on Raw with Jey Uso. So.
I could see Sami losing it at Bash at Berlin.
Or Bad Blood.
Or Bash at Berlin's next.
Right, or Bad Blood is after that in October.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
So I'm trying to think who would be at Bash at Berlin.
Besides Gunther?
Well, he already won it.
Right. But I mean, like, he walks into Germany as the champion and everyone cheers.
Right.
Like, whoa!
So, I mean, I'm going to go to Sami.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he wins it. And then, which the next matches, the final match. And I think it's going to be the main event, but they're talking that Sami Zayn Breaker match could be main eventing.
Ooh.
So I don't know. One of the two.
We'll see what happens.
This last match is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Singles match for, just a regular singles match. I guess not all of them are.
Right.
But there's going to be a special guest. Special guest referee. Seth Rollins. It should be fun.
It should be interesting.
Christy, who do you got for this one?
Oh my God. I know Punk is medically cleared. He could use a victory, but I think Drew could use it too. This is just going to be hard. I mean, and you add Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. Storyline wise, he doesn't like Drew McIntyre in real life. He does not like CM Punk. So I don't know how Rollins is going to call this down the middle like any referee should. I'm not sure, but for me, it's a toss up. But if I had to pick, oh God, I'm probably going to pick Drew. I don't think a loss is going to hurt Punk at all.
Dragon Viper?
I think it's going to end up being Drew McIntyre. I mean, CM Punk's a little pompous, arrogant person, and I'm censoring myself. And so and Drew has been screwed over way too many times in title matches because of CM Punk. So I think it's going to be Drew McIntyre winning and getting his revenge on CM Punk finally. And with Seth being the referee, I mean, you're right, Christy. He has a real life hatred towards CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to be partial down the middle is going to be a difficult task for him to be a referee. So if I have to choose, I'd have to say Drew McIntyre just because he gets his revenge and finally, hopefully, shuts CM Punk up.
And here's a picture. This, I think, pissed off Punk pretty bad. It's Drew McIntyre with AEW's current TNT champion, Jack Perry. I guess they ran into each other, posed for a picture, but I think Drew got harassed or something, or got told to take it down. Yeah, exactly, Drew all the way. So there's another reason for Drew to get even with Punk.
It just depends on.
Yeah, let's just make sure there's no real glass involved.
I'm going to make sure, because I think Bash at Berlin and Bad Blood is going to happen pretty close together.
Right. Let's see.
Oh, no. Bash at Berlin is the end of August.
Oh, jeez. So SummerSlam?
In Bash at Berlin the next month.
WNPLE
the next couple
scheduled
weeks.
2024. Okay.
Because I'm trying to look ahead.
Yeah. I'm checking it out right now myself. So
I guess it depends on what side Seth wants to be on, I guess.
Right. Well, I know he's got real life beef with with Punk, and he has storyline beef with Drew. Like I said, I don't know. Okay, so August 31st is Bash in Berlin.
Yeah.
Bad Blood is October 5th. So there's going to be about a month and a half between pay-per-view. I want to say pay-per-view, but they say premium live event.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Punk.
Mm.
But who knows? Maybe AJ Lee comes back.
Mm.
There's been talks about her.
And there's been talk about it every time. People are talking about, oh, she'll show up here, she'll show up there. I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it, and when I don't see her, and when I don't see her there, I don't hear her music. I'm like, well, she's not coming out. So why are you people still hoping and praying that she shows up? We don't know her health status. We know she retired due to cervical issues with her spinal issues that she had. But who knows how far along she is?
Right.
We don't know if she's fully recovered. Yeah. We don't know if she's fully recovered from it or not.
But who knows of, what management role or whatever they could put her in.
Mm-hmm.
She could be Punk's,
Manager?
assistant. I don't know. Yeah.
Valet? I would think she's too good to be someone's valet. She's a pretty damn good wrestler in her own right.
Who are we talking about?
AJ Lee may be returning.
Oh boy.
I'm not convinced she's going to come back.
Well, that's, I mean, and it's
they could put her in commentary.
It's been mentioned before that, she could possibly come back because CM Punk was, showing up, but it was the same thing with AEW and she didn't show up. So
yeah,
I don't know if she's really going to come back or not.
All right. And I think I've mentioned this before, is AJ Lee and her writing partner have a comic book series coming out soon. So she might be just way too busy with that to even think about wrestling or even being in WWE, even with CM Punk being her husband and all that.
I do have a question for Chris, though, real quick.
I could see her. Yes.
My question is, why are you picking Punk? That I'm just curious.
I keep hearing this setup, this storyline setup of, Punk and Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. But that's so far away, though.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how you would set that up. Right.
Well, I know when I picked Drew to win, I said that a loss would not hurt Punk at all. It would not hurt him. I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
But it's been a long time. Well, I wouldn't say a long time, but it's been several months since he's been in the ring.
Right. Since I think it was Royal Rumble. And that was back in January, so it's been a long time, 6 months.
I was just kind of curious. So
yeah, I could see AJ Lee being in the crowd like Cody's mom was, and and Drew McIntyre says something about Punk's family or something like that, and she gets in the match that way.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow gets involved that way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fun event. One thing of note for tomorrow in the next 2 weeks, Raw's going to be over on Sci-Fi.
Mm-hmm. For 2 weeks because the Olympics. Yep, that's the reason why.
Are you kidding me? Because of the Olympics?
No. Yeah, because USA Network is owned by NBC Universal, and NBC Universal wants to use as many of their channels as possible to cover as much of the Olympics as possible.
Even CNBC.
Even CNBC, MSNBC, I think's in there. So and so Sci-Fi, I guess, decided we'll air Raw and NXT for the next 2 weeks, starting tomorrow.
Yep. So if you're looking through your TV guides on your screen, or you're like, where is it? It's going to be on Sci-Fi.
Or if you have like a streaming service like Sling TV, for example, they do have some a couple of channels set up in their channel list where you can check out like anything from like boxing, badminton, anything that doesn't make it on television. You can check it out through there for the Olympics.
Same thing for Peacock.
Same thing. Yep. Check out Peacock if you want to check out Olympics, like gymnastics, swimming. There's a bunch of other stuff.
I've been watching the Gold Zone.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Scott Hansen from NFL Red Zone hosts that.
Yeah,
he does. He's great.
Yeah, he also breaks down the rules.
Yes, it makes it easy to understand.
Yeah.
So,
but if you're looking for Raw and NXT, that's where you can find it.
Yep.
SmackDown's supposed to move to USA in September. I think it was originally October, but
was supposed to be, but they officially announced the date for that on September 13th.
Okay.
I saw a commercial for it, so I was like, okay, official confirmation.
Then I think NXT's October.
That's CW. I don't know when that's gonna happen. No definitive date on that. No confirmed date on that one, as far as I know.
At least for a couple weeks.
I know
every wrestling will be on, or WWE won't be on USA.
No, except SmackDown when it debuts September 13th. But Raw is still. Raw is gonna stay on. Yeah, for a few weeks. Raw is gonna stay on the USA Network for
the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year until January when it switches over to Netflix.
Yeah, but what I mean is until NXT moves over, all three for a short time are going to be on the same network.
Yes.
Which will be weird.
But, yeah, it will be.
But at least
be like, where's Raw? What's it doing on Sci-Fi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is there?
We had Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view was this Friday. 2 titles changed hands. That was the women's world television title, won by Red Velvet. She beat Billy Starks for that. And then the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, won by Lee Moriarty, who defeated Wheeler Yuta for that one. Other than that, the rest of the titles did not change hands.
And there's been talks of rebranding Ring of Honor and maybe getting it syndicated.
I mean, it would be great if they had their own television deal. I mean, I can't afford Honor Club because it costs money, and I spend enough as it is on entertainment, from streaming to, anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is difficult to get everything. They should just have one platform and just like, what do you want?
What do you want to do? Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Pluto TV, or
exactly. No, I was going to say exactly. I agree. It needs to be on one network. You're going to confuse everybody and go, oh, this show's on this network. No, actually, it's on this network. So it would be so much easier if it was on one network, all those shows.
Yeah.
Or just have a wrestling platform.
Right. Do like it's like if you have something like, I'll throw this out here. If you have like, say, Pluto TV, which is streaming, it's free. Ring of Honor can have like the Ring of Honor channel. You can have old Ring of Honor pay-per-views plus new original programming if you wanted to do it that way.
Well, WWE needs to go back to WWE Network like they used to have.
Well, right now, I think their contract with Peacock runs out. I think, was it next year or it runs out next year, and we don't know if Peacock wants to keep going with that or not.
Or is it 25? I'll
25. Okay.
25 or 26. I can't remember.
One or the other. I think it was a 5-year contract. We know WWE's contract with Fox expires this year. That's why it's confirmed SmackDown's going to be on the USA Network on September 13th.
Which I'll be glad when that happens, because in 2026 it ends.
Yes, and
the Peacock
the streaming deal
for US for the US people.
Right.
If you're international, it ends next year.
Yeah.
Which for them, I'm sure it's glad, because
yeah.
But it's going to be fun to see when all the new deals go into effect.
Yep.
Because, like for SmackDown, they keep censoring things when they shouldn't.
Oh yeah, I mean, I watch a streamer on Twitch, and every time they start censoring like the holy bleep stuff, he gets upset about it. Like, dude, come down. It's supposed to be PG. I know you can't wait for it to be like TV-14, and they don't censor this stuff any longer.
Yeah, I watch a streamer on Twitch/YouTube, and but he gets everything because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah.
No, he gets
I think in Canada they don't censor a lot of stuff. They're not as strict with
Right.
that as we are here in the States.
So you get the
Mm-hmm.
the chants from the crowds and
Yep, you get
all
the
that.
chance, like
They even
all
got
of them.
the Liv Morgan Dominic Mysterio kiss that one time,
Oh,
and USA cut out before.
oh, it was
So.
still. I bet it was still gross. Ugh,
I'm sure,
I'm sure.
but a lot of things changing for WWE in a good way.
Yep.
It's been what 2 years officially fully
I think so.
for Triple H's reign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
What do you think about it so far?
He's made some good decisions. He's made some questionable decisions. I mean, the whole Cody situation that happened before WrestleMania, glad Triple H was able to fix that and give us what the WrestleMania we deserve to have with that moment of Cody beating Roman for that championship. That was, I think he redeemed himself in that regard, and he's made some, like I said, he's made some good decisions and he's made some bad decisions, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way things have gone with him in charge.
Dragon Viper?
I totally agree. I mean, and because of the fact that I work with Ace, I kind of vent to him once in a while about what, the good things and the bad things that Triple H has done since he's been in charge. And, overall, I give him a 90% on like a grading average of how well he's doing.
Yeah.
He's it's like what Christy said. He's made some good calls. He made some bad calls. But overall, I think he's doing a really good job. And, now let's see if he continues to do a good job, because Vince McMahon did a really good job at one point. I mean, between everything he's done and then Attitude Era. And then all of a sudden, he started slowly losing control and losing reality of what was going on and what, the business aspects of it. And so I'm hoping Triple H can continue doing very well for a while. But overall, he's doing very well.
He is. I'm kind of glad they had that storyline with Rock and Cody, and then they're like, well, let's see what the crowd thinks.
Oh, I found out what the crowd thinks.
From there. Yeah.
Yeah, the hashtag We Want Cody trended for 72 hours straight.
But I think that's what they should do is, kind of go one way, and if it doesn't pan out for the fans, they're like, oh, we don't like that, or something.
And Callan starts up.
Yep, it does. It does.
Callan, you just had to start up, didn't you? You just had to do it. You couldn't. Yeah, he must have been.
He's listening, probably listening the whole time.
Thanks, Callan. You made my night. Maybe.
But I'm glad they did that on the fly, though.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way they should kind of do their storylines a little bit.
Yeah.
Because not only are you making good stories, but you're making it from the fans' perspective.
Yes.
And that's what should happen, is you're doing it for the fans.
I mean, we deserve good entertaining matches, great storylines, and deserving champions. And Triple H has given us that.
You guys mentioned things that you didn't like. What were they?
Well, for me, this obviously the story with The Rock sticking his nose in where it didn't belong and trying to hijack WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of like a case of kayfabe in real life, kind of coming together. But like I said, Triple H, in my opinion, redeemed himself when he decided not to go ahead with Rock versus Roman and stick with what we fans wanted, which was Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too. We all thought at that time, before that documentary happened, that it was a swerve.
It was. I thought it was, but I'm like, oh, he's rectifying this. He's,
Yeah.
he's
He's
taking
cleaning
care
up
of
a
the city.
mess.
He's cleaning up a mess, and we know there's a bunch of other messes that he has to clean up because of that were caused by Vince McMahon. So,
And he's doing good on that.
He's doing good on that too.
Dragon Viper, what were some of the?
My thought is, like I don't like that he allowed Gunther to, continue all those days as Intercontinental Champion. I think there were other deserving people to do it instead.
Mm-hmm.
So I disagreed with that. And I mean, I can't think off the top of my head of what else at the moment, what he's done that kind of irritates me. I think the Rock thing did too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think most of all, it was just the whole Gunther thing, allowing him to break that record. Because, like I said, there's a number of people who could have would have been a better person to break that record.
Sami Zayn.
Main event Jey Uso.
Sami Zayn.
No, you're going too far with Sami Zayn. Although I could see Triple H doing something like that.
Right.
No, I mean you've got, I don't know. I guess we could go with Jey Uso, or I mean, there's others that could possibly do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, just the fact that they've been teasing Jey Uso getting a singles run and then they don't do it. That's one thing Triple H has done that has me scratching my head. It's like, you have this charismatic, talented individual who deserves a singles run after he's been a tag team champion for God knows how many years, and you just tease it, but you don't give it to us.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I get mad at Triple H for on that one.
The Gunther thing is the thing that really, sticks in my head right now that really irritates me. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for right now that I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that, people are not going to, that are going to like and not going to like.
True.
That's with anything.
Of course. I mean, that's the thing about, people is not everybody's going to agree. Not everybody's going to disagree.
True.
They're all going to have different opinions, and in hopes that nobody actually takes any of this serious and fight,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, God forbid we end up with fans brawling with each other just because their guy didn't win and someone else's guy did win.
Did you see at Blood and Guts the MJF match?
Oh, with Will Ospreay?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh my God.
1 hour.
1 hour.
He had it interacted with
I sat through the whole thing, and my mind was getting blown every time because these two, I think, put on for AEW an instant classic.
Yeah, but everybody's calling it one of their best matches they've had.
Oh, I watched the whole thing. In general, I think it is one of AEW's best matches. They've had God knows how many others in the past, and this was definitely would classify as one of them. And now these two are going to face each other at All In at Wembley Stadium in London next month. So, we could get another bang. We could get another banger out of that one, I think.
And I think there was a fan that was interacting with MJF.
I know what you're talking about.
He told the story.
Yes.
Go find it. I'm not going to reveal it here, but go find it. I watched
the match. It was, I think, a 7 or 8 year old girl.
Yes.
Got some shots in an MJF. She is so cute, and I couldn't believe they let that happen. I was like, oh my God. And then it became like people were kind of making fun of like MJF got hit by a girl. I'm like, yeah, she's either in 2nd or 3rd grade, and he got hit by a girl.
It'd be funny if she just picked him up and suplexes.
Suplex. They were up in the bleachers. You just see she suplexes and he just goes like just rolling down the steps like laundry in the dryer. Oh boy. I would have been.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Then comes the lawsuit.
Lawsuit, please.
You never know.
Please.
Well,
No.
as told by on Kicking It a few days ago, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, well, yeah, not going there. Anyway.
True.
I know. I didn't go into detail. I'm just saying. We learned that
Yes.
anything can be sued over.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. I've heard.
I'm suing my parents because I did not consent to being born. It's like, do you really have a choice in this?
I've heard that, and I
Yeah.
just shake my head and go, "Wow."
Exactly. Exactly.
So with that,
Woo!
we'll end tonight with final thoughts. Christy?
Just thanks everyone for watching, and just stay tuned for more awesome, cool stuff coming from coast to coast.
Dragon Viper?
I want to thank everybody for watching and leaving comments. Even Callan leaving his little comment.
Dominic Mysterio.
Smart. Yeah, there you go. Smart Alec. There, right there. But I just want to thank everybody for watching and commenting, and I hope everybody has a good week. And like Christy said, just pay attention to the shows we have here on Coast to Coast Network.
Yes, thanks everyone for watching, tuning in, commenting. SummerSlam's this Saturday in Cleveland, where the Cleveland Browns play.
Yep.
Who knows who will show up? Any returns? Any new stars?
You could have like members of the Cleveland Browns in the crowd there and at SummerSlam.
I vote Alexa Bliss.
Oh yeah, she is from Cleveland, isn't she?
Wow. Yeah, she's from Columbus. She's from Columbus.
Maybe.
If you get a Miz there, Dolph Ziggler, now the TNA World Champion, he could be hiding out in the crowd. Who knows?
I could see that happening.
Yeah, it could happen. You never know.
We'll be back next week to recap all of the fun of SummerSlam. Party of the summer, as they say.
Party.
So with that, have a great week. Enjoy your week. And we'll see you guys on the next Between the Ropes.
Good night.
Good night.